We're going to be looking at 10 of the best first fragrances. What does that mean? Well, that means what are some of the best fragrances that you can buy when you're starting out. We're going to be covering a broad spectrum here, everything from fresh to sweet, formal to casual, just to kind of give you plenty to choose from if you're wanting to build up your collection from scratch. There is a ton to choose from out there, and trust me, take it from me, I know it can be overwhelming. Only starting this a couple years ago, a lot of people have been in the game longer than me, but I was able to kind of dive in and kind of figure out what I liked and didn't like. So by me giving you a wide variety of things, you can kind of pick and choose and kind of develop your own taste. And then as you start to collect more and more, your taste will get more and more refined and you'll really start to figure out what you like. So let's not waste any time. If you like videos like this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And I will also provide links to all of these fragrances down below in the description. I'm going to link to FragranceNet, FragranceX, wherever these are available. And I will also leave the appropriate discount codes to these websites so you can get the best deal. If you are new to the game, FragranceNet and FragranceX are two of the main discounters that I shop at and that most people shop at. They carry 100% authentic fragrances just at a discount, so you don't have to go out and pay retail. You can save yourself tens of thousands of dollars if you really start getting into collecting just by shopping on discounters. So let's go and jump right into this. First fragrance up, we have Pure XS by Paco Rabanne. Not Pure XS Night, although I do like it, just the original for starting out. Pure XS Night is a great flanker and very well rounded to the original, but you also can't deny that the original smells good. And yes, the bottle does open up like that. That's pretty cool. They actually took that away on Pure XS Night. I don't know if too many people were like breaking this off or what happened, but that's no longer a thing. It is still like that on the original Pure XS. A great, sweet, boozy scent with a little bit of a freshness as well. This is a great entry-level sweet scent. If you're looking for something for fall and winter time coming up and you want to stick to something that's going to be a compliment getter and relatively affordable and give you decent performance, check out Pure XS by Paco Rabanne, a great smelling scent that I would say most of you, the majority of you, are really going to like the smell of. Up next, another great sweet but also kind of fruity scent, 1 Million Lucky by Paco Rabanne. Another great starter scent. It's got that sweetness, but it also has a nice fruitiness, giving it a bit of a freshness. This could be potentially an all year round scent if you wanted it to, although I would still kind of, use this one for the colder months, fall and winter, maybe spring if you wanted, because it is pretty sweet in the dry down, but that fruity opening does give it a little bit of freshness and a little bit of variety. Again, if you're just starting out, it's scents like this that are probably really going to get you hooked because it's going to make you realize that not everything smells like a super body spray cologne type of thing. You're used to smelling Axe body spray and these super generic like cologne smelling things. You can start getting into stuff like 1 Million Lucky, Pure XS. You kind of start experimenting with these sweeter scents, and it makes you realize that there's a whole world out there of scents that you've never even thought existed, and it's really fun to kind of start exploring as you get into designer fragrances because you will realize that a lot of them are much different than what you may be used to in terms of smelling like body sprays and body wash and deodorant and stuff like that. Up next, we have Versace Dylan Blue. This is going to be your versatile do-it-all fragrance. It's kind of gets compared to a shower gel a little bit. It fits in that category. It's a blue scent. It utilizes ambroxan, but it also has patchouli and a little bit of an aquatic touch. So it really kind of, bridges the gap between fresh and sweet, kind of combines them both, creates a very mass appealing, very compliment getting, and just a very sexy scent. This stuff has great performance, 9, 10 plus hours sometimes on my skin, which is crazy, and good projection as well. Again, this can be literally worn for anything. So if you just want something versatile, something you don't have to think about or worry about, you can use it for literally anything. Check out Versace Dylan Blue. Following the fresh fragrance theme, we have Nautica Aqua Rush. This is a great entry-level fresh scent. Versace Dylan Blue comes in at around $50. Aqua Rush will come in at like less than 20 or right around 20. It's a great smelling, cheap designer scent for summertime with a little bit of a uniqueness. Like this has something different about it compared to a lot of the other fresh scents in this price range of about $20. Really nice scent here as well. If you don't want to break the bank and you kind of want to start out and ease into it a little bit, check out Aqua Rush. It smells great, decent performance, decent quality for the price. This is one you can't go wrong with. Moving along, we have Jimmy Choo Man Intense. This one kind of gets compared a little bit to the original Coach for Men. It's a great smelling scent. It's one that probably will get labeled generic and all that stuff, but it is a great performer, a great compliment getter. And again, when you're just starting out, it's stuff like this that'll really get you hooked, and it'll really push you to keep exploring all the different fragrances that are out there. Up next, this one's gonna change your life. I'm going to be getting you into the wonderful house of John Varvatos. They release high quality scents at like $30. I could have picked a lot of them, or any of them, but I chose John Varvatos Vintage. This is a great place to start. It's a little bit fresh and like cologne-y. You know, it's got this kind of mature cologne smell, but it also has a little bit of a sweetness as well. It's got a fair amount of depth for the price that you're paying for this one. And again, the quality is amazing. It smells a lot more expensive than a $30 scent. Performance on these generally is going to lack. So you will have to be conscious of that. Spray a few extra sprays in the morning before you leave. Carry the bottle with you. Carry a sample. Or my favorite thing is just wear these when you have a couple errands to run. It's going to be quick. Or just wear them at home for your own enjoyment. That's something I do with scents like this that don't perform that well. I'll be at home. I can wear it at home, and if it starts to fade off, I can just spray it on again if I want to. It doesn't really matter. This is a great scent and a great entry-level scent into John Varvatos to really start discovering the house, and you'll realize how many great, unique, high-quality offerings that they have. Moving along, we have Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP, an Yves Saint Laurent fragrance. This is a good place to start. It's a higher-end brand, and their scents aren't really cheap, but if you want to get into them and be safe and be sure that you're going to like the scent, I would start here. You could start with something like La Nuit de L'Homme or the original L'Homme, but if you're just getting started, there may be a chance that you won't like it. For example, when I first started and I was seeing La Nuit de L'Homme being hyped everywhere, I went and tried it in store and I actually didn't like it. I ended up liking the original L'Homme better than La Nuit de L'Homme. However, now La Nuit de L'Homme is one of my favorite designer fragrances. So it's one of those things where it just changed after I got more experience with scents. So I would say for your first Yves Saint Laurent, play it safe if you're going to be spending the money, especially on a blind buy, and get Y EDP. It's another kind of blue fragrance that fits you into that pretty mass appealing category, but this one has beast mode performance as well. Great for summertime or just great for all year round. And of course, it's a compliment magnet. Moving up next, another high-end designer scent. I kind of saved these for the end a little bit here. Armani Code Profumo. This one is a youthful, playful, fun, sexy designer fragrance. It's going to be another sweet scent, so this may be a little bit different. It might throw you off, but it is a nice scent that if you kind of get around to it, you get used to it, you'll end up finding that you really end up liking the note of tonka bean. It can be used in multiple different ways. People kind of say this one has a bit of a root beer smell to it, and I can see a little bit where they're coming from. Regardless of that, it's a great smelling scent, especially for the upcoming colder months. This one's going to kill it for you. Second to last fragrance we have here, almost done with this one, we have Givenchy Gentleman EDP. This one's going to be probably one of the most daring, and the reason why is because this one has iris. Now, iris is a note that can be taken in different ways. Some people, depending on how it's used, say it can smell like lipstick and like a makeup bag, and you're probably cringing, wondering why you'd want that, but just hear me out. It can also be a bit more fresh and tamed back. And this scent, it's a bit on the fresher side. The main focus of this one is also going to be the vanilla, which takes off some of the heavy iris note. Doesn't really smell like a makeup bag here. Doesn't really smell like lipstick. This is going to be probably one of the best entry-level iris fragrances out there right now, and it's a great way to kind of start playing around with it. As you start to progress, you can get into stuff like Dior Homme Intense and the whole Dior Homme line, which is iris-centric, and that's a fragrance line that honestly changed how I looked at fragrances. So it's something you should definitely give a shot after you've had some experience. This is a great place to start, though. Givenchy Gentleman EDP. You might end up really loving this one more than you think. Last up, we have another Armani scent to end the video. Stronger With You Intensely. A great, great scent. This one is another kind of playful, fun smelling one. It's got this nice chestnut note. It almost smells like you're roasting marshmallows over the fire. It just is very good, very sweet, but also just very alluring and seductive. For fall and winter time, this one will not leave you hanging. Really, really nice stuff. You can get it on discounters. It has really, really good performance, and it's definitely worth trying. So guys, that was it for me. That was 10 of the best first fragrances. These are all a great place to start. You can pick and choose, come back to this video after you've bought some and maybe buy a couple more and just really kind of have fun with it. Start growing your collection. If you started off with these 10, you will be set for realistically as long as you want, right? These really kind of cover all the bases. However, this is also just a good starting point. If you want to collect more than this, you kind of have an idea now if you like, really fresh citrusy stuff, if you like really sweet stuff, it gives you an idea. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, all links are provided down below to pick these up at the cheapest price you can. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow night with another one. Take care.